Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan and Stay. Candace she says, all bets off now. It's time to go after Erika Kirk. Let's put her in a rock bottom, through a table, and destroy her. The cops should be looking at Erika Kirk, according to Candace Owens. But first, do not forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. We're in that Discord right now. And obviously, everything I show you will be linked in that same description box, including this.
How many of you are satisfied? You can clap. Satisfied with the results of the Epstein investigation? Clap. Okay, I told you to clap. You guys aren't listening. I'm not going to grade you on a curve. So I was going to get to that. How many of you are not satisfied with the results of the investigation?
Just wanted to point
That's what happens when you got soft hands.
Isn't it crazy they made the fucking nose go first?
Yeah. But it was
On
resounding.
the peer pressure.
Extremely resounding, one-sided. Where it's like, even the people that are still sticking with TPUSA. Yeah. Meanwhile, when Charlie was alive, told everyone, like, hey, guys, maybe we need to move on from this topic. Because you got the call from the president, right? But I just wanted to point that out. I think that's interesting. Either way. Actually, I didn't even think about this. That maybe...
Hey, I got a question, though.
I got...
Do you think Candace is going to be like, no, Charlie would have wanted it out, though? Because she's doing this revisionist history of Charlie.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah.
I
think that all these right-wingers that were close to the White House, like all the podcast people, they probably got a lot of like, oh, this Epstein stuff's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
So they all kind of like that. Maybe that's why Charlie was like kind of like gun shy about the whole shit.
No, he got the straight up phone call. No, he got the straight up phone call. They said Charlie killed the story, and he did. He did. Like, hey guys, it's time to move on.
Didn't he say? He did say he's going to let his friends Don Bongino and Cash Patel handle it, right?
Yep.
Or did he say FBI? He didn't name names. He said FBI, right?
I think he did say their names.
And the FBI.
I think he did say, yeah, our friends at the DOJ and FBI. He might have said their
and
names.
Somehow he skirts that.
Well, he died, man. So now he's an angel. Everything he did was perfect.
He's a saint.
Yeah.
Saint Charlie.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
But I think actually something interesting about what we just watched with Lauren Ingram. Is it Laura? Whatever. Is that if they're thinking that way, the TPUSA fan base, if most of them are thinking that direction where there's room for essentially a conspiracy, right? If that's what's going on over there, think about what Candace was doing in regards to Charlie Kirk. And if she starts, quote unquote, exposing Erika Kirk, I mean, I'm just saying, like, she could win some of those motherfuckers over. Maybe even a lot of them. Especially if they're not afraid of looking at conspiracies or whatever ideas. But who knows? Either way, let's watch from Candace Owens with the title, Here's Why It's Time for the Police to Question Erika Kirk, that she knows she's going to get a bajillion views on. Here we go.
All right, you guys, straight to jail for questioning
Holy
at least
Oprah.
Erika. I don't care who's mad. I really do not care who wants to be upset after this episode. Really, you will be wasting your breath. You can spend $1 billion on influencers because this is all becoming increasingly inexplicable. You are asking me to be an idiot, actually, and I cannot do that for you. Someone once commented beneath this show that if the situations were reversed and there were this many verifiable lies that Charlie told regarding the murder or assassination of his wife, Charlie would be in prison awaiting trial. And I actually agree with that assessment. We are way beyond coincidence. This is
fucking privileged women.
So welcome back to Candace. I've seen enough, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen enough. Erika Kirk should be dragged into a police precinct for questioning. Like I said, you can show me the person who disagrees with me on that after I will reveal to you what we can now confirm. You can show me that individual and I will show you a full blown fraud. That's the only people that would disagree with that assessment. I said to my team this morning that the amount of evidence that is now piling up, I would say against Erika Kirk, is almost akin to an NBC Dateline episode, except it's actually more simplified than that. Like Dateline, that show is way too complicated. We're effectively now playing a toddler's game of Blue's Clues. Now, for my international friends who don't know what Blue's Clues is, it's a child's program here in America where toddlers follow along a massive blue dog
Aging herself.
as he puts his paw prints on certain clues around a house, 3 clues, and they try to put together a picture in the end. What is Blue trying to say? Let's take out our handy dandy notebook and see what Blue is trying to say. Here's the mail that never fails. Okay, if you are an adult that is capable of basic logic, then I can tell you that Blue's Clues is probably not for you because it's not that exciting. It's pretty obvious, you know. Discovering that 1 + 1 = 2 is a very elementary concept, and that's effectively what that show is.
Might have thought about that. Really.
And we are now arriving at that moment with Erika Kirk.
1
and I'm going to
+
tell you
1
why.
is
So yesterday and last
2?
week, we introduced to you Erika's best friend for over 15 years, a woman by the name of Tracy Martin. Now, we were working off of a tip that Tracy,
the comedian,
may have been with Erika when Erika got the call from Elizabeth and Mikey McCoy, because they were both on the phone, even though that was never revealed to the public until later. Tracy, I am told, because she's privatized.
I don't know how that
I
goes.
am told that she has denied that claim. Okay, let's assume
who goes
she was not with Erika on September 10th.
I've come to notice a few patterns, like the one on my sports jacket is a houndstooth.
Okay.
Good to know.
Also, just so you know, we're recording, so I'll wreck yourself on that.
Stay a while and listen.
Please let me do a video. Please let me do it. Please. There we go.
Profiles, but I am told that she has denied that claim.
Goddamn ban.
Okay, let's assume Tracy's telling the truth and that she was not with Erika on September 10th. That's not even relevant to what we're about to reveal to you, because what Tracy cannot deny is that her daughter is indeed Erika's assistant. I've confirmed that. And I want to be very clear here that this young woman did nothing wrong. She's not done anything wrong. I'm intentionally choosing not to name her daughter because I don't want people to stalk her, to reach out to her, or try to learn anything about her life.
Candy, you already said her mother and her full name and who she's connected to, so those people can probably find the daughter pretty easily. There's about all the internet people out there, so. But whatever, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, she's such a fucking lying jackass.
I'll say fair enough, but all right, here we go.
Like I said, has done nothing wrong, and in many ways,
she's almost dog whistle, like dogs that bitch.
Who her parents are, and who among us would not jump at an opportunity to go work with the wife of the CEO of a massive student organization like Turning Point USA? You would accept that job gleefully. That's a wonderful opportunity in life. So I just want to overstate here that this young woman needs to be left entirely alone. Okay, choosing not to
leader.
However,
yes.
It is a fact that she was supposed to go to UVU on September 10th. I remind you, this is Erika's assistant. And it sort of tracks, given Erika's public admission, that she too was considering going. But remember, Charlie told her, home needs you. Home needs you. So she was instead going to go meet him at the next event, which was in Colorado, slated for later that week. Charlie did not want her to go to the UVU event because the kids needed her. Home needs her. But he totally wanted her to become the chairman and the CEO of the company in his absence, right? Like that totally tracks. That makes perfect sense. Anyway. But the reason that Erika's assistant and her mother, Tracy, Erika's best friend, told people in their orbit something quite interesting, actually. The reason that they told her that they didn't go is different from the reason that Erika didn't go, obviously. Tracy and her daughter told people that Tracy had a bad feeling. Like I told you, we've confirmed that. Tracy had a bad feeling, and so she stopped her daughter from going to UVU. This is now confirmed. It's a fact. So let me carefully unpack to you why that is bananas. The day before, as we know, Charlie messages a group of people and says that he is abandoning the pro-Israel cause, and he means it, okay? He's also texting people who work at Turning Point USA, and he's saying he wants Candace back at AmFest that year after the Zionist peer pressure to keep me off of the roster. He wasn't allowed to have me. Charlie's done. He is done. That's now a fact. He signals to his troops that he doesn't care about the money, does not care about the money anymore. He wants them out. He then has, well, look.
Okay. Now, for me, that is not 100% fact or confirmed, unless Candace is hiding more evidence that she hasn't shown it. Like, unless she's hiding some like very like, you know, hardcore evidence. I don't get that. Like, once again, all of it, you can have clips of Charlie saying certain things here or there, but at the end of the day, what we saw him do for year after year was follow what the fucking White House wanted. And what makes you think they can't pick up the phone? Like, let's say Charlie is like, you know, I might abandon the Israel cause. What makes you think that the White House can't just call him up and be like, yo, Charlie, let's talk about this, man. Come for dinner. Let's talk about this. Get you back on track. Of course, in my mind, of course that could happen. So, yeah.
That or he just turns into a Tucker Carlson that like says all this shit, but then he's still rolling around the White House.
Yeah. Very possibly. I think he's trying to dance both sides of that issue, honestly. I think he was
like Alex Jones did that for years. Fucking Israel this, Israel that, and then fucking when shit happens, he's just like, October 7th was the fucking 9/11 of fucking Israel.
yeah. But
just tweaking about it.
Charlie was definitely doing a balancing act. See, like on one hand, he'll have his student chapter leaders sit down and do a video talking about their problems with Israel or the problem with U.S. relationships with Israel. But you know, at the same time, they're doing like this weird, dishonest editing. They're cutting certain kids' statements off. The pushback was trash, and they led the kids to be making it more about money instead of, hey, there's like atrocities happening there. Like, that was barely in the video. It was in the video for like a couple seconds, and then they just moved back to making it about money again. And yeah, so I think he's playing a balancing game of like trying to wink and nod at the people that are frustrated with Israel while also maintaining his powerful pro-Zionism people. From the White House to whoever, people in Israel, whatever, and donors. But I don't think Candace, this has not been established. This has been your narrative, not established in my reality at least. But here we go. Or actually, I have to leave and come back real fast. A little glitchy. Oh, it's right back, huh? All right, here we go.
Looks like an emergency Zoom call with Rabbi Wolicki. Now, I want you to bear in mind, this is 4 a.m. in Israel. Rabbi Wolicki lives in Israel. It's 4 a.m., and he's going to jump on this call with Charlie, and he was just on this chat. He was on the chat 2 hours earlier before this call when Charlie said that he would no longer be bullied by Jewish donors who play into all of the stereotypes. That chat, that notorious chat, which also featured Josh Hammer, okay?
Hi,
Josh
Jordan.
and the rabbi. 2 hours later, are going to jump on this call.
Joseph.
And later on,
What's Candy
after
talking
Charlie
about?
assassinated Josh and
Hopefully something of
Erika
substance.
in a different time to my face, they're going to say that chat was
let's
really
not ask
not
for
a big deal.
miracles.
That chat wasn't a big deal. Charlie was just blowing off.
She's talking about how Mossad killed Charlie Kirk.
Once blinked on his support
Yeah.
for Israel.
Or implying it. Right?
Now, according to Josh, that 2 hour later call, that was just because Josh Hammer's brilliant.
And
He's a mentor.
what's her
He's a mentor somehow to Charlie.
what's your theory
when it
on
came
motive?
Lock in, Joe. Lock in, bro. Here we go.
to Josh, that 2 hour later call, that was just because Josh Hammer's brilliant. He's a mentor. He was a mentor somehow to Charlie when it came to debating, and he really just needed some good talking points. He was angry at Israel, but he was just blowing off some steam, and then he was back and wanted to focus on these talking points. And so apparently he needed Josh Hammer, and he also needed this rabbi all the way in Israel who agreed to wake up at 4 a.m. his time to help Charlie with talking points to college students. It's not exactly doing some main stage event up against some big political player. He's he needs help debating college students. So never mind the fact, let's just park aside the fact that Charlie was known as a boy wonder for doing just that. That's how he made his name, debating college kids. This time, for whatever reason, he needed some pointers, and these were the two that were best suited for the job. Okay.
More poor logic from Candace. I'm sorry. What I've seen of Charlie Kirk, I don't see some whiz kid
his
of
name's
debating.
Boy Wonder.
I don't see any boy wonders there. I just see a guy. And let's be real, this is something that Charlie's not used to. Where it's like, well, maybe he could be used to in other cases, but I think we've watched the guy struggle with this topic about Israel. And I think they knew the questions were coming, talking about Israel. And yeah, and it's no longer, you can no longer just get on a microphone and say, well, they're our greatest ally. So that's why we're cool with them. Or, hey, we have religious ties with them. We're was it Judaism or Judo? What's it called?
Judeo-Christian Western civilization, or whatever the fuck they say.
Right.
Also, college kids, really low bar, Candy. Goddamn.
Plus, there's the USS Liberty.
Exactly.
Among other things.
Like, in the time period, they were openly committing a genocide on the internet that everyone could fucking look at.
Yep.
Straight up.
It's all out there in high definition.
So, yes, Charlie actually did need some, because let's be real, Charlie's not that smart of a guy. I know people try to make that case. I know Candace tries to make that case. But just based on his maneuvers and actions in the world, he doesn't look like that smart of a person. I'll be honest with you. And his debating, if someone's just armed with enough information, will run him the fuck over. So, yeah, I think he does need some talking points.
Yeah, against somebody who has just even the basics covered and ready to go. And that's the type of opponent Charlie did not go up against very often.
Well,
the moment you just have enough of like surface level facts, he crumbles.
But look at this. You have Charlie Kirk hosting a debate between Dave Smith and Josh Hammer, and we watched all of that. You can see that Josh Hammer's answers are dog shit, and they're losing the argument. The arguments themselves are losing, but the confidence, the swagger, the way to cut people off, the way to change topics at a moment's hand, right? Just change things around whenever he wants to, right? And just go off in another direction. Like, hey, man, what about Israel's nukes? Are they allowed to have those? Yeah, I mean, but sometimes I bought some bubblegum today, and it was really good. Strawberry. Anyways, Israel is our greatest ally. Like, you'll just turn the fucking topic around to something different. And
Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East.
That's why Josh Hammer fans
fucking spare me.
That's why people that watch that and aren't listening to arguments, they're listening for confidence or swag or who look bad like in a comical way. They look for things like that as like their real winner of the debate. All right, so there's a lot of people that pick Josh Hammer as the winner. Not too many, but enough people to maintain a fan base and not fully embarrass yourself. And maybe he's giving them pointers like that, like, hey, man, when things get shitty, just fucking change topic. So I could believe that, but I don't know. I'm just saying I could believe that though. But all right.
Also, just in general, if Charlie Kirk is your fucking North Star, I'm not impressed.
Yeah, he's not that good at debating. He just has talking points. Probably has a binder of talking points. I just wanted to add some more.
Isn't he dead?
When he was alive, yeah, they probably had a shitty binder of fucking, here's my talking points to memorize that these college kids are not walking up with. They're walking up with factoids or, let's be honest, some feelings, right? Like, yo, this sucks, this is terrible. How can you support this? How can you do that? Right? Then he'll have a lame brain response.
I was going to say feelings can be a guide, but that's not enough on its own.
No, it is enough.
Yeah.
No, it is enough. And if some kid's like, what the fuck? Like, why are you supporting this horrible thing? That is an extremely valid question. And in fact, I think warranted. I think it's needed, actually. But, Charlie, they're talking to someone who's probably going to be dishonest with them. And that's where things go sideways, right? Where they're just going to lie to your face.
That's why feelings and intuition aren't always enough.
Yeah. And that's why you don't argue with women.
Jesus Christ.
Peter Weller, go to your room.
Well, if you ask me, once again, I don't look at debates as a fucking sporting event. So for me, the concerned kid who just upset about what's happening over there and asking why the fuck can you support that, I think is the winner of the debate off rip because one person's lying, which means they're not actually debating. They're brainwashing, propagandizing, misleading,
saber rattling,
whatever,
dick waving,
whatever.
I'll come up with as many vulgarities as I have to.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello, hello.
How?
And yes, we hear you.
Okay, quick question.
Oh, I was muted. Nice.
What?
Who owns the server?
I muted
Who
myself.
owns the server?
Yeah.
My secret twin brother. That's totally not me.
It's RoboCop.
It's fat ass.
Any warnings or any violations from Discord?
It's Wendell Antonovsky.
No, I have not. Or at least with my other account, I don't really look at everything. I'll be honest with you. I kind of just use it just to play
Start
videos.
looking. You should start looking.
Okay, I didn't get any
About to go play
blatant
Apex.
warnings. No. Have fun playing
Well,
Apex.
you should start looking.
Okay.
If only YellBro would join me every once in a while.
Well, listen. Right
Can't
now, it's
seem to
Candy's
take it.
time. It's Candy's time. Okay? You guys are interrupting Candy's time. It's hers. Our
Does
leader.
anybody else find Candace Owens' face to be disturbingly strange to look at?
Only with the fake pseudo-emotional reactions to things. Only the psychopathic Oprah.
Maybe it's just because she's a mom girl.
I was about to say that's why we keep nailing her with the Psycho Oprah nickname.
God.
But, very
I
pretty.
forgot how
but
judgy
a
you
psycho.
assholes could be.
I know. I'm just being honest. That's what I honestly believe. I think she lacks or buried the ability to empathize. I think she's quite narcissistic too. Anyways, let's get back to Candace. She can explain the world to us and how. Why would Charlie need this? Why would he need advice? He's like the best debater on planet Earth. No, he fucking wasn't. Here we go.
What we know happens thereafter is Charlie concludes this call with Josh and the rabbi, and then he sends off text messages to his security chief, Dan Flood, also to Andrew Colvett, and he says to them that they are going to kill me. Who is they? Well, Erika wants us to believe that he was referring to the left, or maybe even an Etsy witch, right? Some Etsy witch who put a curse on him, because don't forget, we were also
Ain't no way a fucking Etsy witch, bro.
that the definitely not at all Catholic Charlie had a priest come over and pray over him as well after he has this debating.
Is that really the best she can do?
Pointers handed to him.
Didn't Josh Hammer show the messages that said, where Charlie's like, "Oh, thanks, God, for talking to me. Thanks for helping me out," or whatever the fuck. Now, he could have been threatened to say that message too, so that, as they're, I guess, openly threatening Charlie Kirk, like, "Hey, how dare you betray Israel?" Right? I'm telling you, the theory sounds so stupid. It sounds so fucking dumb. Logically. You're telling me after that discussion right there, they plan for the next day to murder this guy while having the FBI be all involved in it and covering up evidence. All these factors happened in 24 hours. Were they on standby, ready to assassinate Charlie Kirk or something? Come on.
I don't know. I guess Israel is just the fucking Legion of Doom. Shout out to the old Super Friends cartoon.
That's right. But and it's why would they need to kill him when they can just take his money? But yeah, we're not going to give you money anymore. You're going to lose connections, your powerful connections with the White House. You're going to lose those. If it's some if they're all in it together, why wouldn't they just do that?
Because they're the Legion of Doom.
I mean, for God's sake, just plant kiddie porn on his computer or something. Whatever, right? A whole bunch of options they could do rather than let's murder him in broad daylight in front of everyone. I'm just saying. Not saying Israel or France or U.S. Intel or whatever the fuck wasn't involved in what happened to Charlie Kirk. I'm just saying the reasons they're giving us, the reason that
we're on that.
Hold on, Jeff.
Sorry.
The reasons that Candace is giving us does not does not work for me. It doesn't add up to me. But go ahead.
I was just gonna say while we're on the subject of France, is Candy still peddling that?
Yeah.
She's still trying to convince people that Brigitte Macron ordered it personally or something.
No. That one has kind of lost some traction. I haven't heard her speak about that again. That they tried to assassinate her. That the French legionnaires on the orders of Macron were hired to kill Candace Owens.
I'm exaggerating, but not by that much.
Yeah, but the idea of legionnaires and Israeli agents and the feds all working together to take out Charlie Kirk, she is maintaining that, and she's saying it now again. But let's...
I'll say it again. I'm pretty sure Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte have no fucking idea who Charlie is.
No, you probably have heard of him, at least. You've heard of Candace, right? Because of the shit she's saying on the internet.
Well, yeah, because she keeps fucking chasing them.
Yeah.
A little hard not to.
But I think they would know Charlie Kirk then at that point, too.
Well, there's a difference between just knowing of somebody and actually knowing who they are and what they do.
Yeah, but I assume they don't really know Candace either. It's like that.
Yeah. They just know her as this fucking annoying Oprah clone that won't shut the fuck up about Brigitte having a penis or something.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep it moving. Here we go.
Yeah.
And texting
Otherwise,
people
I'll never
saying
shut
he's
up.
gonna die. He also was not at all Catholic and needed a priest to pray over him. And by the way, don't forget, he also apparently had no fears the next day, Erika says. She has his phone, but we got a priest praying over him. We have a declaration that he's abandoning the pro-Israel cause and that he feels that he is being bullied and he's done with it, and that Jewish people play into all the stereotypes. But we are also told that he had no fears the next day. Actually, he went to bed and he was just excited. He was elated. He couldn't sleep because doing college campus events was so brand new to him that he felt like a kid on Christmas morning. I'm just going to jump in here and tell you that's a lie. Okay, no one on earth has done more college campus events with Charlie Kirk than me. Charlie was not bubbling over in excitement to go answer questions from the likes of Hunter Kozak. Okay, these events, people stand up, they're just trying to debunk you. And yeah, you do them. You're not jumping out of your skin to do them because it's your job, okay? It's the shiny effect has wore off for Charlie Kirk. He was good at his job and he enjoyed having the debates. He enjoyed cutting across the clips so people could wake up to what was happening on college campuses. But let's just stop with this absurd narrative that he couldn't sleep like it was Christmas morning and he was 4 years old. Anyway, we can keep with Erika's story though. Let's just stick with it. Actually, she's high on Charlie Kirk is high on life over a routine college event, and now he's up and pacing around the house, not in fear, just in excitement. This is like Disney World for him, going to UVU. Oddly, however, what we can confirm to you,
fucking fluorescent bulbs,
is Erika's best friend and her assistant did have fear for some reason. Charlie's good. He's excited, but they had fear. For some reason, Tracy Martin told her daughter, who's Erika's assistant, not to go to this event. They pull her back because Tracy senses danger. But if that's just mommy intuition, are we to believe that she did this? She pulled her daughter back from this event.
I don't know what she's talking about.
She declined to share that overwhelming mommy intuition with her best friend, whose husband was going to the event.
Don't lie to me, Candy.
That seems selfish to me. Are we also to believe that Erika wasn't interested in asking her assistant why she wasn't going to do her job, to work? I want you guys to remember, Charlie was assassinated on a Wednesday. So if Tracy pulled her daughter back from going to work or going to the event on Wednesday morning, then presumably Erika, her daughter's employer or boss, would have been made aware. You presumably would have had to say something. Maybe the conversation, hey, what are you doing staying behind here in Arizona? Didn't I tell you to go help Charlie at UVU? There's not to be some sort of a conversation? And if you're wondering why at all Erika's assistant would be traveling with Charlie, it's because she also doubled as an assistant on Charlie's show, and the whole gang was there. Remember Charlie's show? Blake Neff's there. They're bringing amazing Mikey McCoy is there. Wow, kind of weird that she wouldn't tell her work colleagues, hey, maybe don't go. My mom's got a bad feeling. No? Or were Blake and Mikey wondering why she wasn't coming to work at UVU? How did this go? I want to know.
I'll be fair. I don't know if Candace showed this on one of her other episodes of this Tracy Martin lady. Maybe text messages, maybe a statement on camera, maybe a statement from TPUSA or whatever to showcase that she knows that, Tracy Martin had, bad intuitively like, oh, this is a bad thing. Some bad thing's about to happen. I want to know where she got that from, honestly. And maybe she has it now. Maybe she's going to show it now. I don't know. But right now, she's just saying it out loud. And kind of building it up, right, with some drama. All right, here we go.
I have all of these questions, but you see, I'm not a police officer. I don't work for the feds. And so I don't have a right to ask them outside of this podcast. Did she call out sick? Maybe that's what maybe she just called out sick. That's not what she told people in her immediate circle, but I'm just throwing things at the wall here. Because everything we're being told makes no sense.
That's a little much. I feel like
called
that's
out
just
altogether.
Extra on it.
Again, I'll ask the question, what sorts of best friend would move out of intuition to save her daughter's life, to protect her daughter, but not communicate those concerns to her best friend whose husband is still going to that event? Are we to believe that that is how it went down? And if the answer is yes,
hindsight's 2020, Candace.
Are we to assume that they believe we're idiots? Erika should be dragged into a police precinct. Tracy Martin should be dragged into a police precinct. Her daughter should be made to sit and answer basic questions about this intuition. Messages should be shared, shown. Everyone should figure out how this happened. That's where I'm at on this. She needs to be questioned. Erika needs to be questioned. Because my dog Blue is leaving his paw print, and this picture seems pretty obvious that is emerging. Paw print number 1 on the day of Charlie's actual funeral. Her and Andrew Colvett, Erika and Andrew Colvett had an emergency 3-way call with Dr. Lee Trotter, the surgeon, trying to figure out how to respond to the public about why the 30-06 didn't pass through Charlie's neck. Erika allegedly is the one who put forth this 3-way call. She's on the call. There was no HIPAA violation here. And she is the one that suggested that Charlie has a Superman neck. And again, they are playing defense because I shared the fact on my podcast that the bullet didn't go through. Not only did not go through, there was no blood at all. Apparently, Andrew hit send on X to Superman neck. And we're led to believe for a very long time that was referring to, I don't know, something the surgeon said, which he didn't. My dog Blue paw print number 2, Erika lied to Glenn Beck about Charlie having not sent around text messages the night before to various people signaling.
I don't know, maybe that's the last time Candace had any
fun.
kind of childhood.
Doing like TV production shit. I'll just read it just a little bit. Erika lied to Glenn Beck about Charlie having not sent around text messages to the night before to various people signaling that he thought he was going to be murdered. Okay.
Lied to Glenn Beck about Charlie having not sent around text messages the night before to various people signaling that he thought he was going to be murdered. I have his phone. I have his phone. And then she said that was a mistake. No, it must have been on Telegram that he sent that. And then I confirmed with my person that had access to Dan Flood's phone that it wasn't sent on Telegram. It was sent on iMessage. So she lied to me. She lied twice. She lied once, and then she lied again to me. And I don't like when people lie to my face. Paw print number 3. Erika was at the meeting in the Hamptons when Bibi Netanyahu called and offered to take Turning Point to the next level, but she cannot remember that particular detail. Boys and girls, what is the picture that is emerging? We could do more paw prints, but this is a toddler show. 3 should be enough to.
It's a lot of rhinos.
To be able to take out my handy dandy notebook and put together a picture here, a story here should be emerging. And the kids, you can just shout, what's happening here? What are we looking at, kids? And that doesn't even account for all of the subjective oddities, vibes, like Erika's emotions, the Zoom call, the Shabbat Shalom book tour, Erika asserting to Barry Weiss, of all people, that Jew hatred is wrong, Erika allowing Ben Shapiro to open at AmFest behind her. Like I said, that was my clue something was wrong. When Ben came out swinging, I was going, something's very wrong here.
I know, something must be
Erika
off.
welcoming the New York Times into their shared home. Basically, Erika here is pulling the LBJ. And what I mean by that is as soon as LBJ got into office after JFK's assassination,
not gonna lie, part of me wishes Amy was here right now just so I could hear her thoughts on this shit.
Fair enough.
Erika here is pulling the LBJ. And what I mean by that is as soon as LBJ got into office after JFK's assassination, he reversed course on every single one of JFK's policies. JFK's enemies seemingly became LBJ's friends. Erika appears to be doing that to me strongly. I know for a fact Charlie disliked Ben. Why would you let him buy his way onto the stage? Charlie said no, for a fact, to more Zionist control at Turning Point USA. He signaled to the troops, this is done, it is over. Charlie said no to Bibi Netanyahu coming on his show. So he was done being bullied by Zionist dollars.
Okay. Once again, still think she's selling this. In my opinion, this doesn't come off as like honest assessment to me. Because there's a whole bunch of reasons. TV. There's a whole bunch of other reasons why things can happen that she's not exploring at all. Just running in one direction that she just decided is the case. And it's very entertaining for the fans. Like, oh my God, more Israel? Oh my God. Right? And they lock in more on it.
She's already decided what her conclusion is, and she's just working backwards from that.
I would not be surprised if Charlie Kirk said something to the effect of, yeah, I can't just say this. I can't just interview this guy because I see where the trend is going with these college kids, and it's going to be hell for me if I fucking so openly endorse things like this.
So what do you guys are like debating whether or not like a trans with mental illness shot Charlie Kirk, or there's a pattern between assassination attempts for the past 200 years, and they have all been Jewish?
Jesus Christ! Yeah, right.
I guess those are our choices.
Because, I mean, you can look at Ferdinand or Abraham Lincoln. All the assassinations were done by Jewish faggots.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Thank you for lowering the IQ of the room significantly. Thank you, my friend. Anyways, so yeah, this is a narrative that Candace has been rolling with very early on, just pushing it, continuously pushing it. It's always involving people, I guess, ideas she views as like, I guess, her political enemies, the Zionists and the French and you know, the FBI in this case, because Kash Patel's looking bad. And I can easily see...
and the Jews.
So you don't think that the rhinos or the Zionists within the Republican Party have anything to do with it?
No, they could have something to do with it.
Yeah, but get this, they're not, a lot of them aren't Jewish. So like your whole like, Jewish people are the worst. It's kind of...
People do identity politics all day and night. I skip past them mentally, but I'm saying it doesn't make... Like, why? Do you have a reason? Why would they kill Charlie Kirk? RoboCop.
Because he was anti-Israel at the end, and when he did the same thing that Candace Owens.
We don't have. Oh, your audio's fucking up, dude. Can you hear me? Your audio is fucking up right there. RoboCop. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, you sound fine now. Say your point again. I'm sorry.
But I mean, like, the whole point that she was making is that the rhinos have control of the Republican Party.
Okay, I agree.
And they are neocons, right?
I try to use a different term more nowadays, but yes, I agree with what you're saying. Yeah.
So they are in defense of Israel's borders and their relationship and struggle with their neighboring countries.
Yeah.
So if Charlie Kirk is openly criticizing them, why wouldn't they just create controlled opposition through his media outlet?
Well, please show me where he's openly criticizing Israel.
I already posted like 4 different videos in politics.
So I assume one is Patrick Bet-David's shit where he questions October 7th. I'm sure it's like the typical ones that people normally mention, right?
No, he's criticizing everything that Israel and the common Jew believes in, which is like Planned Parenthood and abortion, other political viewpoints. He's criticizing everything, and then he eventually criticizes Israel, and then he gets shot.
Well, the Trump administration questions all those things except Israel. Well,
Yeah,
they
but
question Israel on certain things.
let Trump kiss the wall, right?
Sure, but what does that mean with political action? I get why
Well,
people are worked up about it, but like, where are you going? God,
I'm not going anywhere. I'm going where Candace Owens is going, and I don't even like Candace Owens.
fair enough. I just don't see it logically. I don't see like, what's this like? And
So
overnight.
you don't see the grip that the two-party system is under by a certain group.
I see Israel's influence in U.S. politics. I see American U.S. politics influence in Israel. It's all over the fucking place, right? Like these corrupt
And
gangster
all
politicians
the
coming around.
wars in the past, all the wars in the past 50 years have been around Israel's neighbors.
Okay, but I personally believe, just based on all the geopolitics I've looked into, that if Israel didn't exist, the U.S. would still be fucking around in the Middle East.
Yeah. They're fucking around everywhere, like they've done with Venezuela and such. But they've been specifically targeting Israel's neighbors. Syria as an independent state, Iraq as an independent state that was threatening Israel. They've been attacking those kinds of targets.
All oil-rich places.
Yeah,
no, it's not just oil rich; it's also Greater Israel.
Okay, once again, I've heard these theories. I get why people think the way they think. I just think it's a collection of gangsters from many different countries all working together. I mean, the Epstein files enough show me that enough, right? He's a Jewish guy around other Jewish rich people, Israeli people, but he's also around fucking sultans and fucking Saudis and all this shit, and obviously American, non-Jewish Americans. Like he's around a whole bunch of different people, all seemingly colluding towards what I would call like some like fat cat style economics and even some worse stuff, obviously, right? Like,
so if Netanyahu is trying to make headway into Turning Point USA, and what's her name, Erika, is acting like a fucking bimbo, so there's got to be something suspicious going on there, right?
There could be something suspicious. It's just I don't think they'd kill Charlie over it because he's not gonna in my opinion, he was not gonna, break the spell of Israel on U.S. politics. He was nowhere near doing any of that.
He was kind of he
was
kind of breaking the spell, though. He was kind of breaking the spell.
Where
If it was Charlie, then why not somebody more known? Like right now, he's very known, but before that, like why not Tucker or Candace? Like they're speaking much more directly.
Yeah, but Tucker wasn't out there actively targeting students on college campuses, and that's the bread and butter of the Jewish state is publishing and the universities. That's where they get the young and convert them and indoctrinate them.
The dumb ones.
Yeah, those Columbia students are so indoctrinated by Jews that they've completely turned against Israel in every way, shape, and form.
Yes, but that was also by design because they're creating an enemy that creates the victim that they are.
Many of those guys are Jewish protesting Israel on college campuses. Most American Jews want nothing to do with that shit over there, bro.
It's the same reason that you get those hate crime hoaxes where they spray paint swastikas on their own synagogues.
I've heard of that, but that's usually like some.
I've seen websites
backed by.
Yes, but I've seen thousands of news articles about it, and it's always them. They always do it.
I don't know enough to say always, but either way, it's like usually like a group or a clique that are associated with bigger groups and donors and shit like that. It's not the overall student, they're the average student.
Yeah, it's Revelations. It's the synagogue of Satan.
Oh my god. All right, man. Hey, you have a right to your own opinion. I get that. I just disagree. And I disagree.
Just thought I'd give a little counterpoint there to you guys. So just helping out.
I think you're missing the forest for a very particular set of trees, my friend.
And I say fair enough, and we get plenty of those counterpoints. I mean, like almost exactly the same counterpoints, which is a little worrying to me. A little bit worrying. I would want more of a, really hyper-critically thinking ideas, but I get it though. I get it. There's a lot of crazy shit that Israel does, and has seemed to have gotten away with it for many, many years until recent. Even though that's kind of disappeared a little bit too, right? Because they're still blowing up Gazans willy-nilly and starving them and shit like that.
But they're still allowed in the Olympics, so that's okay.
Yeah, but the public that typically didn't give a fuck about Israel at all, right? They now have their attention.
So was the U.S. was also allowed in the Olympics when they were killing Iraqis, so it's not really that different.
Yeah, but America #1.
What?
Sorry, that was a joke.
Oh, I didn't understand. Sorry. Okay.
She's a nerd. Don't worry about it.
I really hope that was a joke.
Either way, like, man, if you're pals with the U.S.,
I'm saying, like, how do you explain that
shit.
though? Like, because the U.S. was also not banned. So, like, how would you?
Yeah, how are
explain
they going to kick the U.S. out as well? That's another good question. How would they kick the U.S. out?
Exactly.
Well, but doesn't that defeats the whole thing of what you're saying? That but they're not even going to kick Israel out.
I was making a joke about Russia versus Israel because Russia's out of the Olympics while Israel is allowed to still remain.
Yeah, and the U.S. was still in the Olympics even if Russia was kicked out before. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying, like,
yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying that you're not kicking America out of the Olympics.
There's a lot of
no matter what they do, right?
We would actually have to kick out of the Olympics if we wanted to be internally consistent.
Yeah. But
actually, you could probably kiss the entirety of Western Europe goodbye in that regard.
Well, you could kick every country out of the Olympics based on that.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's almost like devil worship knows no boundaries.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that Russia is out and Israel is in, though. That's my point. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's politics, bro. This is what we've seen. That's why Israel gets away with things because, let's be real, they will dick ride the U.S. and make sure that we are your strategic partners for eternity. Now, a lot of people say it's the other way around. Like, it's Israel owning the U.S. I think it's more so these guys will do whatever the fuck the U.S. says to do. If U.S. says no, then no. Then nothing happens. They say yes, then the go-ahead happens.
Well,
Iran was a big, like that was a thing right there, right? Where the U.S. was like, all right, you're done.
The thing is a majority of the administration is controlled by dual citizens. So is it really America or is it really somebody else?
Well, I don't mean the American people. I mean, like, the government apparatus.
Well, Donald Trump is
the global oligarchy.
Is he acting in your best interests?
Marco Rubio is fucking Cuban. Is he? Yeah. Right? So
yeah, there's literally like atheists that are movers and shakers in the world. It's like fucking so bipartisan
but atheism is just the religion of the communist state.
Oh my god.
Which is the religion of the Jew.
You don't want to start that argument with me.
No, I love that argument. Don't make me think. Don't make me prove to you that atheism is a religion.
All right. You know what? I wouldn't mind hearing that after this video.
No, because you have the firm belief that there is no God instead of agnostic, where you don't know anything, so you don't make a decision.
Hey, I am agnostic, and I identify as a communist. There, more of a communist than a communist, but
I knew it.
I'd love to hear that argument, guys, but let's do it after.
Yeah, we're talking about Candy Apple here. Candy Apple.
As much as I would love to dig the fuck in, we got to save that for another time.
I don't mind. I want to hear this discussion.
Candyland.
I do want to hear this. It's just I want to move past this video first, and then get to whatever communism versus capitalism. I don't know.
Finish this candy bar before we open another.
That's a major pause, Joe. That's a major pause. All right, here we go. There's more candy.
Is that the energy that we're getting right now from Turning Point USA?
I think it's almost over. This segment's almost over anyway.
I broke the story and people didn't believe me because it sounds made up. I'm not making this up. There was scheduled a few weeks ago for Bibi Netanyahu, Erika Kirk, and Ben Shapiro to film together something. Maybe it was supposed to be for the Super Bowl. I don't know, but it got canceled.
By the way, I'm watching
this
TV
show
show later.
They were filming something in Palm Beach. And it got canceled last second. Does that feel like the direction of travel that Charlie Kirk was going into? We can't even get his widow to at least come out and tell the truth about Charlie shifting positions. Does that not strike you as odd? Again, we're now in subjective territory, but does that not strike you as odd to at least say, as I would feel and as I have felt, like, screw you, Josh Hammer, and this person, everybody who was mean to him and stressed him out in those final days? We're not even getting that energy. And in case you still do not believe what I have maintained from the very beginning about Charlie, who had flipped his position on Israel, I want to show you this clip of Megyn Kelly, which is going viral from her appearance on Piers Morgan's show. Now, Megyn Kelly is not the person that I expected to be one of the very
Nice
few
little layup for
people
Megyn.
with a platform who knew Charlie, who simply did the right thing and told the truth. Okay? She has taken a ton of flack for that. I also want to be clear that her and I do not agree. She supports Turning Point USA. She supports the direction Turning Point USA is going into ostensibly. She disagrees with me on a great many number of topics.
And she's also a psychopath.
But at this juncture, I would probably crawl over broken glass to defend her, even if I didn't agree with her positions, because she showed that she has a soul. And apparently that's rare in politics. She showed and demonstrated that she had a soul.
That's funny.
When a good man was murdered in broad daylight in front of the entire world. And she had the
Thy
courage
name
to
is
simply
Kettle.
tell the truth.
Holy
She said,
shit.
yes, Charlie changed his mind of the topic of Israel. She believes that Tyler Robinson was the person, as she has said on her show. Again, we don't agree, but she thinks that it was Tyler Robinson who did this. And she agrees with the narrative that we're not getting a lot of details because it's just making its way through its court system. But that hasn't made her lie about what Charlie was going through at the end. Why is it Megyn Kelly? Charlie Kirk didn't make Megyn Kelly. Charlie Kirk did not employ Megyn Kelly. She wasn't making tons of money at Turning Point USA. Charlie Kirk didn't sweat and lose sleep.
It's good money, and you guys have crossover audiences.
But all of his lieutenants around him.
Nah, I don't know that.
They're silent.
Saying.
They're letting the lies fly.
Jordan.
This is Megyn.
Yeah.
Let's say the roles between Charlie and Erika were reversed, and it was Erika who was killed that day. I think Charlie would be doing a lot of the same fucking shit.
I almost guarantee it. I almost guarantee it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I get it. Like, he's dead, so we don't know the answer of what if he really was turning on. But I know people want to believe that. But I can't just leap there. And also, him doing that does not mean a guarantee. Okay, let's kill him now because he's so fucking powerful. His shit was fledgling, bro. It was falling because he was sticking by his. I think that was the main reason why he might have thought about like going a different direction or talking less about Israel stuff and how much of a great partner they are, a great ally to the U.S. they are, because he's seen the numbers. He's seen the numbers.
If you want my personal opinion, one of the things that that in hindsight I think really hurt him toward the end was when he said that he's going to stop talking about the Epstein files and trust his friends in the government to deal with it.
Yes, that was brought up after he got the phone call. Right, he got the phone call from the White House, and he turned his whole story around, or said, "Let's not focus on Epstein so much. We're getting distracted here." Right. So
yeah,
same with Israel. It's just, I think he. Let's be real. Charlie Kirk is probably an audience captured type of content creator, right? Like wherever the audience goes, he has to move that direction to maintain his fucking business.
Yeah. And even then, the most critical I could imagine him being of Israel is like soft, tepid criticisms that are almost all procedural.
And about money, probably.
No, it's not. That's not what he complains about. He complained about the liberal Jews. That's what he was complaining about. It's the same thing that Dennis Prager would say. It's always what they turn to when people start criticizing Israel more. They talk about, oh, it's the liberal Jews, the ones who vote for Democrats. They're the ones opening the borders, flooding this country.
At the end, he was also criticizing the lobby at the end.
So was Stephen
Because
Crowder.
they funded liberals. Because they also fund liberals.
Yeah.
That's why. Let's just be real. Let's cut the shit. Let's be real about like why he was criticizing Israel.
Because
it's nothing to do. 1 second, Joe. Joe, 1 second, please. It has nothing to do with the fact that because he was against what they were doing to the Palestinians or it's like some moral thing. No, it wasn't. It's strictly related to like ideological liberal Jews bad. They tend to vote Democrat, and the end. Like that was.
Are you saying that's what he really believed?
And that's what him and Megyn Kelly were discussing.
Are you saying that's what he really
like
believed?
I was about to say. Chuck Schumer
No, I'm saying like that's what he was saying out loud.
Okay.
Those are the words he was saying out loud. He was repeating the same talking points as Dennis Prager, any other like conservative Jewish commentator.
Steven Crowder saying the same thing. Like,
yeah, Steven Crowder.
Like, screw AIPAC. They support Democrats. See,
exactly.
They're bad. But I think deep down, this is my guess, right? Because I can't read minds. I don't know the person. But if I had to guess, it probably had something to do with viewership of why he wanted to be a little bit more critical of Israel. Something to do with viewership.
Yeah.
And they can notice. I think Megyn Kelly, same thing. They see people like Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson or Nick Fuentes and be like, damn, these guys are getting numbers off this shit. And people are out here just chasing me down, yelling at me and chasing me down about this Israel stuff. And I have no answers for it. So maybe I should be like, just appear to be a little bit more critical for the sake of getting them off my back and keep the fucking propaganda campaign going for the White House and trying to brainwash fucking kids in colleges. That's my guess.
It's all math.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's probably the real reason. But in terms of like what they said out loud, those are usually the things. Because I keep hearing people say, "Oh, he was criticizing Israel and Netanyahu and this," and it's like, "Oh, he was criticizing liberal Jews." Like, please.
Yeah, that is. I saw a lot of that. I assumed he was doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's what they all do.
The only side note I'll say that is where I think he would have ended up going eventually, which is when he sat down with his chapter heads. I brought this up earlier. I don't think you were here. You probably saw the video, though, where he sat down with the chapter heads of TPUSA at all these different college campuses, wherever the fuck. He sat down with them, and I think they edited the video in a weird, kind of creepy way to make it all about money. Like, hey, why do we give so much money to these guys? Well, we're not making money out of it. We're just giving money away. Like, and they made that like the main complaint where I think he would eventually go to for his tough criticism of Israel. Why do we keep giving them so much money? I mean, they're our ally, but too much money.
Well, because you know why? Also, because they've spent like years raging against giving any money to Ukraine. So it would be weird if they would be like, it would look weird if they continued to, if they were like, no, but Israel is different. Like it just wouldn't make sense. So they would have to pivot to that.
That's certainly a bind, isn't it?
Yeah, and we all know it's on the backs of the fucking genocide happening, like innocent civilians being mass murdered. So they try to pivot the conversation to be about why do we give them so much money when in reality the reason why you're complaining about the money because they're always getting money all these years. They've been getting money, right?
$4 billion a year.
But when this whole genocide on your fucking phone, right, on your smartphone, now it's like, we need to change the conversation because this looks morally bad. So let's change the conversation towards, we're fiscal conservatives that want to save our money. Why are we giving so much away over there, right? So,
well, it's not even really because it's morally bad. It's just because there's no way to bury it anymore.
It's just that was all the. I swear to God, I'll repeat it again. One of the kids at this little think tank thing that Charlie and Andrew Colvett hosted, where this kid said, Israel is the only country that has the right to exist in the Middle East. Not that they have the right to exist. They're the only country in the Middle East that has the right to exist. I'm like, oh my God. And no one batted a fucking eye.
Show your ass on camera.
No one batted an eye about it.
Sounds about right.
Well, if you ask the Roman Empire and Hadrian, they're the last nation that should have the right to exist there since they were declared Palestine.
Well, shout out to the Samson option. Maybe you can make that happen. We'll find out one day. But all right, let's hear Candace get into Megyn Kelly's
no country has a right to exist.
I'm gonna leave and come back real fast. All right, let's play. I think she's gonna play the Megyn Kelly clip. Here we go.
Megyn Kelly on Piers Morgan, and she makes an incredible point that they're all coming after her. I don't know why she's always responsible for what I say, even though we don't agree. I don't even go on her show. But they don't go after people like Piers Morgan, who actually does platform me. Take a listen to what she had to say.
And just on Candace Owens, you've been very supportive of her, not critical, even though I would argue, and I have to her face when I've had her on the show, I get on well with Candace, but some of the stuff she's been doing in relation to Erika Kirk, Brigitte Macron, and others, I do think is really regrettable, kind of conspiracy theory nonsense just for clicks and money. Why would you hesitate before criticizing her over stuff like that?
I've criticized Candace many times over the years. We've had many public fights over the years. But isn't it interesting that you will, quote, platform Candace? She hasn't been on my show in several years, but I get all the hard time. Why am I getting that? You're the one, quote, platforming Candace Owens. She and I don't have that kind of relationship. Candace took a bunch of crap because she was very anti-Israel in the Gaza war. And it became a thing where you had to say she was terrible in her positioning. And then after Charlie died, she started questioning whether Israel had any role in it. And that's when they really tried to amp up the pressure on me to condemn her. And I refused, because Charlie was starting to have serious questions about Israel, not just its role in the Gaza war, but its influence on American politicians, something he and I spent hours and hours discussing. So I had no problem with Candace Owens asking those questions. And I refused to condemn her because I was under pressure from these people who wanted me to. And then that morphed into then everything Candace said thereafter, with which I may or may not have had serious problems, that I had to, where's the condemnation? And it was all really about the Israel thing. And I'd rather die than bend the knee to these people. I'd rather die than bend the knee. It won't happen. I didn't raise my fist and say BLM. And
She's pretty sexy.
The people they want me to condemn, just so that I can get.
She literally bent the knee to Trump after she fucking hated him. So
what's important to me is I live free, and that, frankly, is what it means to be an American.
You're a fucking slave.
Yeah, I don't think she knows what freedom is. But...
That is incredible.
Okay, well, like we've known about this forever, in regards to big wig politics, right? And if you criticize Israel a certain way, a lot of like political shit happens to you. But murder, in regards to Charlie Kirk, for minimalist version of fucking critique about Israel. That's what got him killed. This minimalist fucking thing. Once again, we said Candace has gone farther. Tucker has gone further. They should be able to see that Nick Fuentes is getting fucking, more and more popular, or he was at least getting more and more popular, to where like he'd be another target. But it's just once you place it in this because the answers I hear in response to hey, well, why would they do this in this giant public venue type of way? Why not just hit him in the side, like when he's walking down an alley, fucking poison in the neck, and boom, done. All right? Why has it got to be like a spectacle?
Freak everybody out.
I get a
and
conspiracy
have people
answer.
talking forever.
It's a ritualistic thing. They want to traumatize you when they see this when this happens. I'm like, oh, man. But then again, once again, you have people like Candace who's outflanking Charlie Kirk, Tucker Carlson outflanking Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's biggest shows were probably when he had Tucker on, or Dave Smith on a show, right? Or on a debate stage, or whatever the fuck. Probably got the biggest reactions that night when those guys were there. So why not just sneak up on these guys when they're in a fucking alley, a dark alleyway, and just kill them? If you want to stop people from going against Israel. Is it because they were so heartbroken by betrayal? Oh my God, he's betraying us. We have to take him out. Is that the reason? It doesn't make sense to me.
No, it doesn't. Because then why is Tucker alive? Why is Candace alive? It doesn't make sense.
Why are we alive?
This chick said she had her life threatened, and she's out at Dollywood, bro. Hanging out with fans, doing selfies with them and shit. It's like, they have an easy shot right there. So, I don't get it. Crowder was, at least he was, around the time when he started saying things about AIPAC and shit like that. People were like, oh my God, Crowder's starting to notice. Meaning he was gaining some leverage by going against Israel in some form, a minor way. How did they just kill him? He goes out in public all the time. He goes to college campuses. Why not just kill him?
Yeah, but he's Canadian, so you can't touch him.
Oh, come on. Also, yes, he is Canadian.
Come on, man.
We gave him away.
Better than that.
We gave him away. He's Canadian. No, he's right, Joe. Good point. We gave him away. He's Canadian.
No, but if you are going to make those points about how Charlie was telling the quote unquote truth about Israel and stuff, you would have to answer those questions, right? You'd have to be able to tie up those ends.
Well, Crowder came a little bit before, and nobody really knew what was going on. But once Charlie arrived on the scene, I think he really hit them where it hurt, and that was on college campuses.
But he wasn't talking about that stuff on college campuses. Not like that.
Yeah, he was at the end, though.
No, he was, dude.
No, he wasn't.
We watched the fucking Dave Smith
not.
debate, the Dave Smith Josh Hammer
He
debate.
just wasn't.
Fucking Charlie Kirk was, I mean, like sidelining Dave Smith repeatedly, like cutting him off when he makes like a good point.
Yeah.
Turning the
And
topic.
then he had Josh Hammer on his show after that debate, by the way.
Yeah.
The day after. To talk shit about Dave Smith, basically.
These were right before he died. Yeah. I see that.
That's just the kind of that's the kind of garbage that these people traffic in.
Well, it makes me feel
I
like
wish we could bring him back alive so we could watch him and Hassan Pica debate.
Oh my god!
So you guys think that the right wing orchestrated it so that they could garner support through martyrdom?
It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
They're gonna milk it for all it's worth.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I got that, but I'm just saying, like, that's not. It's not either or. It's not like, oh, it was the right or it was the left. Like, I don't fucking. To be honest with you, I haven't really thought about it that much.
We don't have to make up answers if we don't
I
know.
just want Charlie back.
I mean, I could say my guess, but I don't know. But like, I could believe the idea that some Israeli assassin guys or French assassin guys or U.S. intel fucking spies, wherever the fuck, took Charlie Kirk out. But the reason that Candace gives me does not make sense to me. I'm just saying that, this doesn't make sense to me.
Why?
I mean, here's something.
What's the motive?
Here's something more believable.
So then that just leaves the fact that some like mentally ill, closet homo just was upset.
Don't you even say it?
Hella sketchy.
No.
Again,
I said that was hella sketchy too. Yeah.
Don't start that fight with
That shit
us.
makes no sense.
Look at the small prefrontal cortex on that guy.
What? Say that again?
What?
I didn't hear him.
Tyler Robinson.
Yeah, what about him?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he has a small prefrontal cortex, so he's probably a liberal.
Oh my god. Anyways,
What?
I'm not someone that's out here just buying the Tyler Robinson story either. By the way, I want to go back to the 30-06, and I want them to make that make sense. Make it make sense, and I haven't seen that yet. But we've gone all the way out to fucking La La Land with Candace Owens. It is what it is. Instead of dealing with like the simple things that are very questionable, she has made an entire TV series out of this. Slowly, like drip feed. I mean, like a fucking IV drip of information at a time. And it's like, yo, why are you milking this? Like, what you have, show it.
She's in it for the money. Yeah, she's in it for the money.
Maybe the fame too.
Yeah, no shit.
Maybe the Oprah. to do Oprah fame.
We could have told you that from the very beginning.
Yes, but there's a very important question here. Are her eyes wide enough apart so she can be in the sequel to Little Mermaid?
Oh my god. I don't know what you meme world motherfuckers do on your free time. I don't even know what that means.
Like, what's your point? I don't understand.
That
I
fucking
don't get it.
Is he calling?
What's your point?
Is he calling her a fish? Is she a fish or something? Like, there's in her eyes on the side of it.
He's taking pot shots at that Little Mermaid.
No, can you just Joe?
fucking
Just stop,
actress
Joe.
in
Hold on.
black.
Just why don't you ask him instead of theorizing? What do you mean by that? A RoboCop? What does that mean?
Answer the question, Murphy.
He's saying the
don't lie.
last actress to play the Little Mermaid had really far-spaced eyeballs. She
I
wasn't a goat.
didn't see the movie. I don't care to see the movie.
I'm just confused.
I get it's like culture war meme shit probably. But all right, let's move on. Let's hear Candace's
Is that
assessment.
is that the whole point of your thing though? It's just like, oh, liberals, frontal cortex, eyes far apart, or do you have like
I don't think it's
actual
called
points?
cancel liberal. I don't know if we can do that. That'd be risky.
No, I'm just saying that those are things that he's been. That's an array of things that he's been saying. So I'm just trying to make sense of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. RoboCop.
If you want to answer, go ahead, man.
Okay.
No, I'm just laughing my ass off.
Fair enough. All right, let's continue. I guess let's hear Candace's assessment of that clip. That wasn't anything crazy to me. All right, here we go. Actually, this is a point I forgot to make. Once again, before October 7th, before the regular population or more of the regular population started caring about Israel, Gaza, right? There's plenty of people suppressed banned, kicked out of school, schools defunded, all for protesting the Israeli governmental apparatus. Straight up.
Oh, you remember what the police did to those students at Columbia, Jordan?
That's after that, right? I think after October 7th, right? I mean, like before that.
Well, like the immediate aftermath.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like before that, kids were being banned from schools for supporting BDS or politicians or intellectuals. These guys have gotten in trouble for criticizing Israel. So like that's not a new phenomenon.
There's like what 26 states I think that have laws on the books that can deny you federal money if you boycott Israel.
Even that's more of a newer phenomenon than like yesteryear. I mean, like decades back, this is all happening. Yeah, they weren't like. There's plenty of people that are intellectual, like, quote unquote, intellectual giants of our times that they could have easily killed if they were like, because these guys were making waves. They were getting influence from college students to say, hey, you should question Israel. Like Norman Finkelstein, Noam Chomsky.
Why the fuck is Michael Parenti still alive?
Not saying these guys are fucking heroes to me. I'm just saying, like, they were doing that. Cornel West, and they were actually getting some leeway. Maybe it's the whole conservative idea, like, oh, because this guy's conservative, and there are a lot of brainwashed dupes that vote for Republicans every year. The fear of losing those brainwashed dupes, maybe that's what their thing was. But then again, it's like, did they plan that overnight? Because that guy, once again, it wasn't like he was like for years now started to turn on Israel, and now they kill him, right? It's like a very quick turn. It's according to at least Candace's and RoboCop's idea of it. It's like a quick turn, and now it's like, all right, let's fucking line up. Let's create a plan. Let's kill him. And it's like, man, it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense to me. But whatever. Let's continue with more Candace Owens and her assessment of Megyn Kelly. Here we go.
Incredibly powerful. And like I said, kudos to Megyn
very
Kelly
powerful.
because she's telling the truth. It has always been about Israel. It's not about morality. And by the way, even if she did come out outright and condemn me, that would buy her maybe until next week. If she didn't say the next thing they wanted her to say, they would destroy her. We have seen this pattern over and over again. I'm one of the people that suffered from this pattern. I don't like what's happening in Gaza. Look what they did to me.
What?
Look what's happening with Charlie. Does this make any sense to you? Charlie was, for a fact, having plenty of doubts about Israel. Anybody in his inner circle can tell you that. And yet people in his inner circle are not telling you that.
He has doubts.
Instead, they are spending money and going after influencers from the very beginning to influence people to believe that Candace was lying about this fact. And now we have
doing that with
a
Israel.
predicament. When
they were doing that with Charlie. That's what the text message shows me, is that he cared about money. Like, fuck, we're losing money, bro. You know what? Maybe I say, fuck you guys. Maybe I screw you over because you're fucking taking money from me.
Dude.
It was about principle.
I'll say it again. It's all math.
It's
or
like
just kind of math too.
Yeah. They have to do is just take his money away. Boom. GG's.
It's really that easy.
They did take his money away.
Not everyone. No, not everyone. We watched Ian Carroll go over his money sources. We watched Ian Carroll go over his money sources, and Ian Carroll skips over everyone else except for only Jewish people that were donating to Charlie, like big money donors, right? But the top like three were like the biggest donors to Charlie Kirk. I mean, by a lot, I think, like the biggest donors that were anonymous. But either way, Ian Carroll skips over that to focus on, hey, this guy's Jewish and gave Charlie Kirk money. This is what Charlie Kirk meant. Got it. And it's like he's just selling a narrative. It's like the RFK Jr. blackmail thing, just selling a narrative. Instead of like being real.
Yeah, but you just said that. You just said that over 26 plus states that Israel was inflicting huge amounts of influence to get people thrown out of school and such.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. It's very
their
interesting.
tactic has been money, using their political
It's
influence.
almost like,
that's what they've been doing. Like Israeli lobby people are hyper Zionists.
All the damn talking points you have are fucking borrowed from fucking the left and then turned into some right-wing anti-Semitic dribble.
Also, you admit that Israel is inflicting their influence over the education system.
Yeah, for sure. Not all. They don't have
Okay,
all
and
the
Charlie
influence,
Kirk
but
was.
some.
Yes, they do have some, and Charlie Kirk was influencing students that are supposed to be indoctrinated future puppets of the Israeli or Common Think, right?
Yeah, he's doing it on behalf of the White House, which supports Israel. Like, both sides support Israel.
But Israel would have zero reason to assassinate him for criticizing them on college campuses.
Yeah, I don't see the reason for, because you could do it in a cleaner way. If you want to get it done, just do what you always did. Take money away, smear them publicly, get politicians to disavow them, on and so forth.
Yeah,
why do you need to
show
kill
up.
him in this fucking spectacular fashion in front of the fucking world like that? What would be the point of doing that?
Yeah, they built him up, and
between
then just
AIPAC,
like
the
it was like a
ADL,
movie.
and their whole media apparatus that the Israeli government runs, they got 1,000 ways to make your life miserable. They do not have to kill you to shut you up.
Them wanting to take control of Turning Point and using his whore wife as a tool.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. But now...
So close yet so far.
And now Candy is eating off of their fucking downfall. I guess their plan backfired on them. Now people are questioning Israel and Netanyahu even more when it comes to Charlie Kirk. And instead of downplaying, instead of like dumping on the idea of Charlie Kirk turning on Israel and how bad that would be, instead they made it worse because killing him made him a fucking saint, and he's about to question Israel, right? And thus that narrative is now used against him, and they're right. PR looked really bad. My God, backfired.
Yes, but under the two-party system, if everybody's a dual citizen, then it's win-win.
What? What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
You realize there's a two-party system in your country, right?
Well, there's more parties, but typically the two win, right? The two parties win.
And who are they heavily lobbied by?
A lot of
The
people.
lobbyists?
Who are they? What?
A lot. Not just Israel.
No, mostly. Yes, they're lobbied by multiple multinational corporations and such, but politically speaking and religiously speaking, they're lobbied by AIPAC.
No, they're not. No, they're not. The biggest lobby in the United States is the Chamber of Commerce. That is AIPAC.
It doesn't
It is not
matter.
AIPAC.
It doesn't
AIPAC is
matter.
a drop in the bucket compared to the Chamber of Commerce.
It doesn't matter when 85% of your admin is dual Israeli citizen.
Your problem is not that people are dual citizens.
I'm not sure that's the case.
In my opinion.
So it's a win-win for. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. It's a win-win if Charlie Kirk gets assassinated.
But do you accept that you're wrong about the AIPAC thing, where you're saying that AIPAC is the biggest lobby?
I'm not talking about the most. I'm not talking about the most amount of money donated. I'm talking about the most influence exerted.
Yeah, I'm talking about the most influence as well.
Yes,
it is the Chamber of Commerce. No, it is the Chamber of Commerce. It's not AIPAC. It's not. It's just not.
Yeah, it is.
Business.
It's why you
the Chamber of Commerce is business. I'm sorry.
It's why you're a slave to the Federal Reserve and their private banks. It's why you're fighting Israeli wars. It has nothing to do with.
I'm not fighting any wars.
All right, listen. In all the ways that matter, the United States is Israel, and Israel is the United States. It is a proxy base for the military-industrial complex to destabilize the Middle East and nothing else.
See, Jacko knows what he's talking about.
Why can't we deal with China and Russia?
Yeah, but he's not saying the same thing you just said.
Oh,
at all.
I will guarantee you have exactly the wrong line on what I just said.
Tell him, Harrison. You tell him.
You were saying it like,
tell them the really
country
mean
is
stuff.
controlling us, right?
We're not going to stop.
Did I mishear it?
Come on now.
I don't know.
That's child's play. You got Asia to take care of, bro.
I think the heads of like J.P. Morgan or Goldman Sachs has as much, if not more, influence in Washington as anyone else, dude. Yeah, because it becomes that revolving door thing where once these guys, let's say they have a short run in government, let's say they're not even like a congressman or whatever or a senator, they're actually like, maybe an assistant or a part of a cabinet or a chair or a chair member or wherever the fuck, right? And they leave from there right to Goldman Sachs or J.P. Morgan or one of these giant fucking companies.
Or they go the other way around.
Is that not an influence? Is that not heavy influence?
It starts with central banking, of course.
No, it doesn't.
It all starts with the
They
state.
determine corporate culture down below in the middleman.
It doesn't start with central banking. Central banking is just one system of banking. It's not. It has nothing to do with
it's
because
lending
it's a
fiat
central.
currency out
No,
with
it's
interest,
because of
so
the
that
people that are
governments
the people that are doing
indebted
it.
forever.
Ron and
It's
Rand
because of the
Paul
people
dick
that are
for too
doing it.
long.
Because you can have
Timothy
a central
2:12.
banking system with like non-corrupt people and it work fine.
Yeah, no, it
You
doesn't.
can have Bitcoin and it work fine.
The very definition of central banking is based on fiat currency, which is valueless, and it is subject
It's
to
an arbitrary. It's
inflation.
arbitrary. You can call
It's
central
just a
banking whatever you
man-made
want.
system.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
If we're gonna
I don't
go,
know. Like,
if we're gonna go down that road, then all currency is
yeah.
valueless because we made it up.
Bitcoin.
Well, if it's
That's
backed,
exactly what I was saying.
it has to be backed by something.
Dollars can.
But is dead.
No, it doesn't. Backed by faith. Even gold is backed by faith. The only thing gold is
It's
good
always
for is
Yeah.
like
the
making
entire thing.
microchips.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
fucking
Every
God.
currency is backed by faith. That's
Gold
not
isn't
new.
backed by faith; it's backed by its rarity.
No,
which is by faith because people are like, "Ooh, it's rare."
people have to still agree to do
Yes,
it. Yeah.
yes, perhaps, but it's something concrete that you can establish something on, not
Even my
like
jizz is rare. You ain't
something
paying for that.
like
You
Bitcoin.
goddamn
Please.
dumbass.
Okay.
You have to
Somebody mute, bro.
actually mine and refine gold.
Yeah, waxy whale feces is rare, but I don't think
He's
you
like,
want a bunch
"Listen,
of that in your
410
fucking house now,
Catboy."
do you?
All right, I think we do the economics thing after. Or do I end this here? Let's play a little bit more, see if she actually goes anywhere. If not, we'll just
She
cut
ain't
it here,
going nowhere.
and then
It's Candace Owens.
You know what I mean? All right, what's up?
Take you on a ride.
Well, then I'm very curious to hear you guys debate all that stuff.
The
I really
space
am.
dies. Candace Owens.
All right, here we go. Shut the
No,
game.
I'm not. It's not even like I'm not trying to debate or whatever. It's just whenever I hear these talking points in terms of like, oh, it's the central banks or it's fiat and it's the Jews and it's I don't know. It just kind of gets like boring. Like it's like yeah, it's like I don't know. I was like, oh, okay, again, another yeah. I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
a little
this is
dull.
what I
I think it'd be an
remember
interesting
When are we gonna
conversation.
start blaming the fucking
What were you saying,
Papua
Pop?
New Guineans?
Oh my god. I think it's an interesting discussion. It's just want to run the clock out on Candace here.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's finish Candy's little circus show.
I got other
before we
videos I want to
go
get to.
anywhere else.
Sebs, do you wear
Yeah,
giant
you
shoulder
would.
pads like Candace Owens?
All right. He's saying something silly.
Go
All
ahead,
right, here we go.
Sorry.
And the person closest to Charlie, his wife, is being caught telling lies. These are lies. It is inexplicable why her assistant was pulled back on September 10th.
Yeah, I can probably cut
Maybe
this
it is
down.
actually. Maybe it is something that can be explained. Then they should explain it. This is way too coincidental. I want to be very clear on my perspective on this. I believe this is a conspiracy. I don't believe that this just keeps happening and no one can give answers, and that Charlie really was just so excited the night before that he slept in his daughter's bed and we don't know what happened here. Sweep it all under the rug. Nobody talk about what happened at the Hamptons. He just needed advice from Josh Hammer. They're asking us to be really stupid right now, and I am asking you to join me in refusing that order. Anyway, we are going to pause here and take a brief break before I...
Okay.
Blah, 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 blah commercial. We don't need to know.
Okay, so once again, I'll be fair to Candace. If she did another video before where she went over this Tracy Martin person's explanation for why she had her daughter call for work that day, fine. But if she didn't do that, we didn't get anything here. We just have on Candace's authority and on us trusting her so much for something to be the case, which is possible, right? It's possible that happened, but like it still doesn't. I just want to go back to the 30-06 and like, hey guys, make that make sense in physics, please. Like use physics to make that make sense. That's all I'm asking for, because I've heard too many people that love guns and shit like that don't believe it, and because of that, it makes me question.
Yeah, there is a bunch of there, but they're just making it into fucking nonsense land on purpose.
Well, we're going through narratives, right?
Yeah.
They're once again, Candace has been saying stuff about Israel and France for a while now, and all she did was take her old topics and added them to this one. That's what it looks like.
She's
Possibly
in court
happening.
right now, I believe, with the Macron lady.
Is she?
Yeah.
She might be. Yeah.
Are she and Brigitte are in court? That ought to be fun.
Yeah, in French court or whatever.
Yeah.
That's.
But she's
probably
probably
not gonna
got
go
somebody
well
on her
for
behalf there. Like she probably doesn't even show up.
If Candace wins, you can't call her the Macron lady anymore.
What do I call? Oh yeah, the control, the whatever they want me to call them. Really, if they want me to call them a girl, I'll call them that.
Well, with the fucking the Macron ordering an assassination of Candace Owens stuff, that seems to have disappeared. When you hear things like, "Well, if I was, if I were lying, why don't they sue me?" I hate that thing. That works in some cases. That makes some sense, but overall, like they might not just want to be like, "Yo, leave us alone." That's all we're asking for. Like I'm not trying to go through the trial of the century to deal with this. Like just leave me alone. So
this doesn't
let's
apply
be fair
to
to Macron's on that
Macron
one.
and his wife in particular because they have money, but court's fucking expensive.
Well, it's just like you're gonna go through hey, were we trying to assassinate you trial thing or or whatever the fuck, right? Like that could feel like nonsense to someone, even if once again Macron's are probably corrupt as shit, right? At least
he's terrible.
Corrupt as shit, right? But that's that's not me taking their side. I'm just saying like they might just be like, "Yo, we don't want to fucking deal with this, dude. Like just stop talking about us." That could be the point of the other like the other lawsuit, right? But whatever. Either way, okay, Candace. The daughter called out of work for whatever reason, according to you, who have people in the inner circle. I will say it is interesting when they're randomly letting people go at TPUSA for who knows what the reason is, right? Maybe it's loyalty. Maybe it's they found out they were the ones, telling secrets to Candace Owens. I don't know. But that's still weird and interesting to look at. It's just once Candace goes so far in the left field, like what do I do? Why not? In my opinion, if you're doing like an honest, true, real investigation, you go with the simple stuff and you'd stick there. And whatever evidence you can get your hands on, you would showcase it. Not in the sense of, I have the answer, aha, but like, hey, this puts this in the choir, this is worthy of looking at. Here's evidence worthy of looking at. Instead, she's doing, here's narratives that are worthy of looking at. And it's just narrative and narrative and narrative. And then one day it's like, okay, here's an email or here's a text message. Then it goes back to narrative and narrative and narrative. Oh, here's a picture. Right? That's what Candace seems to be doing. And to me, it's ass backwards investigative style. It's more made for like TV. Right?
Yeah.
But at least the characters on TV have the excuse of events that they didn't get the evidence yet. The event didn't happen yet. Candace is telling us she has the shit, but she's like slow dripping it out to the public. And it's like, what are we doing? Like, what
and
is
also,
that?
TV has the liberty of being a work of fiction, so doesn't really affect anybody too much.
Well, Joe, that's why I
on the other hand,
have to help out your political brain rot. You can find out what art is. I'll help you out. Don't worry. One day you'll find out.
Don't you dare talk to him like that, you psychopath.
I talk to you like that,
Don't
too.
you dare fucking talk to me like that, you postmodern neo-Marxist. I can defend myself, prop. You bloody well know it.
He's trying to pulsate your political prostate, and it's bloody disgusting.
All right, not too much. Not just yet. We gotta finish this video.
Not that gay, okay?
There's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree or disagree. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Yeah, what do you think? What do you believe? Are you more towards like RoboCop? Are you more towards some of our opinions? There's a lot. Believe it or not, there's a lot of mixed ideas here. It's just it may be viewed in a certain way because of the mindset in the political world, where it's like a lot of like.
Yeah, I definitely don't agree with
another.
Jordan on a lot of that as well. There's some things I disagree with as well. So there's RoboCop. My opinions are different than
Timothy 2:12.
The shoulder pads.
Oh.
I think that's dumb looking.
Oh my god. I'm just throwing that idea out there because they might view it as everyone versus one person when it's like I think actually a mixture of ideas.
No. We were just arguing with you yesterday.
Yeah.
When you were wrong. But it's okay.
I rewatched it.
Yeah, it can be.
So I was
It
like,
can be everybody
what was I
versus
not getting
everybody in
there? And I didn't get it. I was brain rotting, I think. You guys were like, yeah, I agree with that, but also this, like, these content creators are saying this Russia shit on repeat. And I think I was viewing it at the time as like, they're saying like this is working. And I kept repeating like, no, I don't think it's working at all. Like,
no.
it's not working. Like, they're skipping this, mentally skipping. That was definitely my fault, but whatever. I'm always right. Shut up. I'm always right. Anyways,
Anyways,
maybe about the
anyways.
Anyways, get your team biscuits ready
Oh
when the
my
video
God,
plays.
and here he is. Who tagged him?
I'm so glad that he made it in here. I'm so glad. Yes, offer the people some crisps before he signs out.
Bibbidi bobbidi.
Oh my God. Candace,
hey, man, I'm offering team biscuits.
And that's a small pen and pad citation for you, Sebs.
Candace, can you
I don't much like your tone.
Casey, can you say give this video a thumbs down when I ask you to? Just memorize that.
Give this video a thumbs up, please.
No, wait for me to ask you and say thumbs down, not up. Anyways.
Give this video a royal crumpet.
Anyways.
Raise your teacup for the video.
Oh my God. Please do not forget to share support. Hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please join the Discord if you feel like. All opinions are welcome. And the 2 videos I showed you will be linked in that same description box to look at on your own and do your own research, I guess. And most importantly, with all that said, Candace,
Please give your thumbs up for this video.
God damn it. Jordan Peterson, can you fix that for him? Please fix us. Thumbs down.
Hey, come on, man. I'm trying to be
Thumbs
positive.
down, you son of a bitch.
There you go.
Hey, I'm trying to be positive with the audience here.
He's an independent thinker, okay?
Traitor. Anyways.
You're in the wrong line of work, Candace.
Give this video a thumbs down.